All right. So the United States just made it official, let's say yesterday, to not fund the UNRWA, which is United Nations Relief Working Agency. Now, the UNRWA is responsible for originally taking care of approximately over 5 million Palestinians. And originally, it was really discovered in 68 years ago when between it was like a lot of things going on, opposition between Palestine and Israel. If you understand, they had the 6 Day War, so Israel was always at odds with them, man. You know, Israeli Prime Minister hated them, so they was always fighting at odds for a long time, since the beginning of time. Now until they discovered their independence in 1948. Now we just had the Palestinians here. They still over here, even though they live mostly in Syria, Lebanon, across the Gaza Strip, and the UNRWA provided health clinics for them. Health clinics, a little bit of schooling, and just food assistance to approximately 1.7 million Palestinians. Now, you have here, I actually wrote it down, Mr. Lawmaker Yuri Lapid, he's Irasli, he actually opposed it. And he said, aside from providing cover to terror, the UNRWA responsible for 750 people originally registered, but most of them died. So therefore, it's been like 5.5 million refugees, fake of them, and they doing that just to get money and to live by. So it's sort of no difference between like the welfare system people in America leads and do, and just to provide, and they pretty much trying to cheat the system in a way for law-abiding citizens and lawmakers, and that's what's a huge problem. And he's really, just against it, and that's why he's like, okay, I'm actually helping the UN or the United Nations just not to get effed over by the taxpayers' money, and he's assisting. He's going on the side with the United States. Now the Palestinians, it was a young man. He was eight. He had 8 children, and he said, like, this is ridiculous. We actually depend on the UNRWA for good, hardworking citizens here. They've been providing us with food assistance, and we really don't have like a homeland to go to. I mean, it's just always, we always had odds, even though the United States bombed Syria, Palestinian. I mean, it's just so many refugees just leaving their country because of war. That's what a refugee is, and they sick of living like that day to day. And most of them, they just want to acquire peace in their homeland, and it's sad that they can't do that now because it's not funding. But I think of it too because I'm on the other side too as well. Like, if it's people that's really just eliminate the Jewish majority, because that's what the Israelites prime ministers fear, then I believe it's acceptable in a way. And don't get me wrong, for some people's greed, that the innocent gonna have to suffer. But that's just not the world we live in. But it gets me thinking that you gotta rely on the Lord, and I do believe that it's gonna be a coming time that the currency will fall into all over the world. Then it's gonna be a one big government, and people's gonna really bow down, really understand the Lord's presence. At this time, man, the Palestinians, man, it's just like so many homeless people there, and they don't have no type of adequate education. I mean, no prime minister, no political background to help back them up. And it's over 370,000 10 refugee camps. 370,000 refugee camps, and the UNRWA, they promised, they actually had an installment of $60 million in January, and they withhold 65 million, but the pay gap was 217 million. And they said because the United States, they opened up in a lot of schools, they pretty much are going to because of the budget, that the cap was going to see to over 217 million dollars by the end of September this month. And that's one of the main reasons why the Trump administration actually put a halt on the United Nations work. I'm sorry, United Nations Relief Work Agency. I'm sorry, so UNWRA. But that was really helpful to Palestinians. And at the end of the day, he moved the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to the East Jerusalem. But it's I mean, it's just like a little interesting story, man. I just kind of want to report though. But it's actually people out here in the world, man, that's really suffering, and the United States is drawing off a lot of money towards it. And it's pretty much another reason why a fiscal year has just always been going down. It's increasing to like, well, I want to say $25 trillion in debt. So we always paying out this money to help other countries, but in the contrary, it's like a paradise because we bombed them, and we already signed a $717 billion military defense bill. Okay, and that was to promote more violence and more armory and weaponry for different countries, so we can continue to bomb them. Get what I'm saying? So it's pretty much another way to experience or to continuously support control population. And the only thing is, too, you get this: only the troops are only getting 2% of the pay raise. because of that $717 billion defense bill. So it's a lot of crazy things that's going on though. But I may have the link in the description box. Just think about this story, man. It's things that's going on in the world though. But yeah, the Palestinians, they in a state of crisis and state of emergency. But is it lawful? Is it, are they cursed as a people? We don't know, man. But over the years, though, I mean, Israelites that are from descendants Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I really do believe that African Americans are the real Jewish people, Hebrews. And you all know that the Israelites, they had like things with the Gaza Strip. They was sniping them, the protesters, and that's what the pretty much what things that's going on in that country. I mean, it's so much tension going on. But they like, listen, you guys are prospering, but we're not, and we still living in your land, and you guys don't care. And this the only thing we support is the UNRWA, and now it's going to be halted. So it's really crazy. I don't know, man, if they people prepare for this. They're having their own food and water, but I don't know how the economy is in Palestine. But it's like a mass genocide in a way, man, systematically. But this is your boy Young Lee Jr. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe. You guys write something in the description box. I mean, the description box, the comment section, and tell me what you guys think, man. We can discuss this, but I just think that this is very vital, and this need to be reported. I don't know if this is going to be reported on CNN. They're too busy talking about the president, but this is important, man. So I don't know if this going to continuously do a revolt or some type of protest. I mean, protests are going on in Germany for the crime that's going on. The millions of asylum seekers that was embedded by the Merkel government. I actually made a video about. So, man, it's things that's going on. It's getting real, man. The people are starting to get rebellious. But at the same time, man, do these politicians actually really care about change, or it's all in individuality? It's humanism in a way. But this your boy Young Lee Jr. I love you guys. You guys take care, man. Deuces.